أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا يوم كيومك يا أبا عبد الله. Dear brothers and sisters, Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, it is now the day of Ashura. Our 10-day period of mourning has reached its climax. And this season of mourning is about to draw to a close. All of us have worked hard to make it a success. We've joined our hands to pitch this tent of Aza, to hold it up for these 10 days, and to take the mission forward as much as we can. People have made all sorts of efforts, some of which are visible for others to see, and there are many who have toiled and struggled behind the scenes to make this period of mourning as successful as it has been. I cannot thank you enough for your efforts. In fact, I cannot thank you at all. Who am I to thank you? I am just like you are, like everybody else in this hall today. A servant in this mission, in this Hussaini mission, hoping that my efforts will be accepted, hoping for my master's pleasure and rida, inshallah. If somebody is to thank you, it is that mother whose son was slaughtered on the plains of Karbala. She will thank you, inshallah. If somebody can thank you, it is that grandfather who used to carry Hussain ibn Ali on his shoulders when he was a child in Medina. He used to be on his grandfather's, the Holy Prophet's shoulders, and now the grandfather's ummat has yanked him and toppled him off the horse on the plains of Karbala. We are not alone in mourning on this important day today. All over the world, Ashura is being commemorated in different ways, in different languages and forms. In many places which have larger and older Shia communities, they reenact some of the scenes that have happened in Karbala. They reenact these in public squares and places where large numbers of people can gather. Interestingly, one of the largest such reenactments in our present times, one of the largest, is now held in Western Africa. That's how this movement is growing. On this day, people reenact what happened. They also play out some things that could not happen. That could not happen. On this day, in many places, they carry the taboot, a coffin-like structure. This is in memory of that which could not happen in Karbala. Could not happen. Imam Hussain wasn't carried to his grave in a taboot. And Mu'mineen play this out, enact this, because it couldn't happen in Karbala. All over the world we have mourning ceremonies and commemoration. But if I were to ask this question, where is the grief felt most intensely? Is it in Medina, where Hussein set off from? Is it in Karbala, where he was martyred? Is it in Kufa or in Damascus, where the survivors, the ladies, were forced to walk around the city and the market? Where is the grief felt most intensely? Dear brothers and sisters, the grief is felt most intensely in the heart of our Imam at this point in time. Wherever he may be, that is the center of Aza. That is the center of Ashura today. Ajarakallah ya Hujjatallah. Ya Aba Salih al-Mahdi, may Allah reward you for the intensity of your grief that you suffer on this day because of what happened to your forefather. Dear brothers and sisters, this day began with an azan. Ali Akbar, who resembled the Holy Messenger to the greatest degree, was asked to step forward and call out for the morning prayer. This was an attempt at trying to guide the enemy. The enemy has a choice. He can choose to accept this guidance, or he can choose to fight against it. It's their choice, just like as it is our choice. The day begins with an azan of guidance, and very soon the sky begins to lighten up. The sun rises. As the sun moves across the sky on this day, it is able to look down upon the earth and observe and see many things. When the sun looked down on Karbala today on the day of Ashura, what did it see? It saw little children holding cups of water, empty cups of water, crying out aloud, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. A little later, when it was time for the Zuhr prayer, the sun looked down upon Karbala and saw that while Imam Hussein and his companions and followers were standing for prayer, the enemy showered them with arrows. Unbelievable. Can Muslims attack other Muslims while they are praying? Yes, they can. We see it these days. Attacking mosques and Husainiyas and Muharram processions. With sufficient misguidance, some Muslims can be led to do this as well. More than 20 ashab were martyred in this one attack as they stepped forward to take the arrows onto their bodies so that they will not reach Imam Hussein, so that the arrows are not able to pierce the bodies of the Bani Hashim. And then the sun saw Zuhair and Hur and Muslim, each of them engaging in epic battles and sacrificing themselves. The son saw Ali Akbar call out to his father, and his father replying with this, "Oh my son, where are you? I can't see a thing. Call out to me again." The son saw when Qasim ibn al-Hasan was trampled by horses wearing iron horseshoes, trampled and trampled and trampled till there was nothing but a bloodied, crumpled mass left. And the son saw a tired father in Karbala, using his hands to dig a small grave and placing his little baby into that grave. Yes, dear brothers and sisters, the sun saw a lot happen in Karbala today. But there is something that the sun wasn't able to see today. That's because this happened inside the tents. Inside the ladies' tent. Below the roof of the tent, the sun wasn't able to see this. Do you want to know what happened? Do you want to hear what happened? If you do, then steel yourself. It isn't easy to listen to. Hussein ibn Ali has come to the ladies of his family to bid them goodbye. The ladies and the children. They are crying, they are wailing, they are hugging him, they are holding on to him. This isn't the first farewell, this isn't the first goodbye that has been witnessed in the tents that day. Ali Akbar came and bid farewell. Qasim came and sought permission. On and Muhammad was set off and given leave to go to battle. But this farewell is different. In the earlier instances, the women and the children were struck by grief, but at least they felt safe in the knowledge that their Imam and Master Hussein ibn Ali is still alive. They may be losing a son, they may be losing a husband, a brother, but their master and leader, the Imam of the time, is still going to be around to take care of them. But now their grief is mixed with terror and panic. Hussein, what will happen to us after you? Will they attack the tents as well? Hussein ibn Ali calls out to his sister and asks her to bring that old worn out garment kept specially for today. And he wears it under his armor, a worn out garment. What is this worn out garment for? Is it some kind of a magic charm that can ward off swords and spears and arrows? No, that's nothing of the sort. The enemy, dear mu'mineen and mu'minat, is so debased that when somebody from the Husseini army falls, they rush to loot whatever they can. Someone tries to loot the sword, the weapons, the shield, someone the shoes, and some of them try to strip the body of whatever clothing it is wearing. But of course, Hussein and Abbas would never let this happen. They would never let this happen. They would rush to the martyr, and before he could be subjected to this indignity, would carry him back to the tents with the utmost of respect and dignity. But now there is no male companion left. Nobody is left from the Ashab, from the Bani Hashim. Imam Hussein is wearing this worn out garment in the hope that the enemy, upon seeing how worn out it is, will have no desire to strip it off his body. Somehow Hussein ibn Ali manages to extricate himself from his family members. And he steps out, gets on to his horse, ready to set off for battle. He digs his heels into the sides of his horse and motions for it to move ahead. But the horse doesn't move. He tries it again. The horse refuses to budge. Hussein's loyal horse disobeying his command? Impossible. Hussein ibn Ali leans forward and appears to whisper into the ear of this horse. Perhaps he's saying, "Oh, my loyal horse and steed, I know you are tired. I know you are thirsty. So am I. I am thirsty. I am tired. It's just a matter of a little more time. Very soon I will no longer be astride you. At that time, nobody will bother you. Go to the riverside and drink your fill of water. It's just a matter of a little more time." But the horse motions down towards its feet with its head. Hussein ibn Ali looks down. He is devastated by what he sees. There is a little girl. She is holding on to the legs of the horse, not allowing it to move. And she is saying, "Oh, my father's horse. Oh, my father's horse. Don't take my father away from me. I have seen what has happened since this morning. Anybody who goes to battle doesn't return alive. Even my little brother was not able to return alive. Hussein calls out to Zainab. He calls out for her help. In our tradition, Zainab has been called Sharikatul Hussein. Sharikatul Hussein. Hussein's partner in his mission to guide humanity and to offer salvation to all of us. He calls out to Sharikatul Hussein. She rushes outside and together they talk little Sakina back into the tent. Hussein is now ready to set off. The horse begins to move ahead towards the enemy. As he's moving forward to fight the enemy, Hussein senses that somebody is following him. He turns around. What does he see? What does he see? It is Zainab al-Ulya, Aqilatu Bani Hashim. She is walking behind him. Her robes are covered in sand and dust. Tears are streaming down her noble face as she calls out to her brother, Mahlan Mahla. What is the hurry, my brother? Ride a little slowly. Ride a little slower, my brother. Hussein goes ahead to do battle. It is now time for him to take his final stand, to make his final stand. Hussein ibn Ali is ready to do battle. It is written that he has a sword in each hand. He seeks to guide the enemy. But if the enemy responds with a rejection and seeks to crush this movement, he will fight. So that there is a lesson for us till the day of judgment in this regard. He seeks to guide them. And perhaps that is why, holding these two swords in his hands, as he attacks them from the right, from the left, from the center, he is reciting stirring martial poetry, rajas. He is reciting poetry. What is he saying? Let's hear what he has to say. He says, Ana ibnu Ali tuhur min Ali Hashim. I am the son of Ali from Bani Hashim. Many of these enemy soldiers are from Kufa. There was a time when they used to follow and obey Ali. At least they consider him to be their fourth Khalifa. He reminds them, I am Ali's son. Then he says, وَجَدِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ أَكْرَمُ مَنْ مَضَى. My grandfather is the holy messenger. All of you claim to be Muslims. See who I am. See who I am. If you haven't snapped out of it and come to your senses, now is the time. And then he takes another name. وَفَاطِمُ أُمِّي مِن سُلَالَتِي. He is introducing himself. I am the son of Ali. I am the son of Muhammad. I am the son of Fatima. I am the son of Fatima. He continues to give battle. He continues to fight them. He continues to recite verse after verse of poetry. Oh Imam Hussein, oh Imam Hussein, all this reciting of poetry is tiring you out. You are thirsty, you are tired. Please conserve your energy. Very soon, your head will be atop a spear and you will have to recite the Holy Quran. Conserve your energy for that, Hussein. The battle continues. The battle continues and is drawn out. Ibn Sa'd is losing patience. He gathers his commanders together. And he says, this is taking too long. Let's put an end to it. We have tents to loot. We have heads to cut off and put atop spears. We have to head back to Kufa. Let's put an end to it. And so the order is given out to the entire army. Everybody is asked to attack Hussein all at once. He who has an arrow must shoot an arrow. He who has a spear must toss the spear. Who has a sword or a mace should come forward and strike Hussein. And he who has nothing or is too much of a coward to use the weapon he has, he is ordered to pick up stone after stone, rock after rock, and throw it to the Imam of the time. It is Karbala, it is Ashura, the Imam of his age, the one whose obedience is obligatory on every single human being. Arrows from here, spears from this side, and stones from all around. Hussein ibn Ali is now swaying upon his horse from left to right, from right to left. The sky has begun to darken. He falls to the ground. Birds begin to shriek out aloud. What will happen? Shimr moves forward. He draws his dagger. His face is drawn into a snarl. His eyes are gleaming with excitement. Hussein ibn Ali on the ground. He can sense Zainab is watching. No sister should have to watch her brother get slaughtered before her eyes. He tries to signal to her, go back inside, Zainab. Go away, Zainab. Shimr moves forward, sits on the chest, picks up the dagger, holds the spear. Wow, Sayyida! Wow, Shahida! Wow, Sayyida! Wow, Shahida! The taboot is coming forward from that corner. Please stand up to welcome and participate in this section of this program.